Welcome back to Jacksonville Buzz on another episode of Making a Difference. I have Daniel Clark from Blueprint30 with me this morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
We were talking offset.
Yep.
This interview is going to do itself. So let me make sure I got this straight.
Yeah.
You're a young guy.
Yep.
You went to college in Oklahoma because, they pointed that one on the map. And you are a Jacksonville guy, frustrated with the machine of business, and you decided to create a company in COVID that has completely redefined the way kids are approaching career choices in this new economy.
Yes.
Talk to us about what is Blueprint30 and what you do for young people after we're getting out of COVID kids scenario.
Yep. Well, I would say appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely, man.
And for us as a company, when we saw the amount of students that lack communication skills because of COVID, because they had to either do prom on a screen, interviews on a screen, everything was on a screen. Prom on a screen.
I thought about that.
I've seen a high school that did prom on a screen. And so you have those students who missed all of those opportunities, whether they were in 8th or 9th grade, or they were graduating high school or graduating college. It takes a toll on you. And it really changed the way the workplace is done, because now post-COVID, remote job, everyone wants to work a remote job. So the needs are changing. Work-life balance is a need, not necessarily how much money am I making, but how much time can I have off to take vacations, to be with my kids, to be with my family. So for us to be able to come alongside high schools and colleges and get them career ready, not just for a communication standpoint, but then also be able to get them ready with opportunities, like job opportunities. So our career service platform, we partner with high schools, colleges, and networks of businesses. So these businesses, they have another thing that happened during COVID is a hiring need, the Great Resignation. And so many people are leaving their jobs, switching jobs. And so that left a huge need for a lot of small businesses, a lot of different CEOs that are looking for people, but not just looking for people, looking for the right people.
That is very interesting. A couple of points. The work from home thing, right? So the Great Resignation. You're absolutely correct. I mean, how many people were right on the tipping point and they're like, I'm out.
Yep.
And they didn't have the workforce to replace it, which created the tight labor market.
Yep.
But the labor market that's going to be replacing them doesn't have the adequate skills, partially due to COVID and partially due to experience, to replace it. So what is it that you actually do?
So we have two options. So we have the 12 different journeys that a college or high school can go through.
And it's computer-based.
It's computer-based. So everything, and actually we do a lot of this stuff in person. And so we have this computer-based where we can go through the curriculum. But for me as the CEO, I want it to be there. And then so for even the curriculum advisors that we have, they want to be there at the school to teach them how to do mock interviews, teach them how to do resume building. So there's 12 different programs that a school can choose from. They choose 3 a year. And we do, like one of the programs is mock interviews. And so we'll bring in different CEOs or different C-suite level employers to come in, and they will interview a high school student or they'll interview a college student. We also do it, we have career resumes. And so we teach students how to write their resume, how to tailor a job, how to tailor their resume to fit their job. And then we also have the job platform as well. And so they can learn how to do the interview and then go do an interview to get a job right when they're in high school or college.
That is amazing. I mean, wow. It's when we have some folks in interviews, it's like, businesses are businesses, right? This is really cool because it's not just like, oh my gosh, that's cool, right? And I've got teenagers, it's great. But it is amazing how you, at your younger stage of your career, I mean, talk about having your finger on the pulse of what's coming around the corner. How did you get to this place?
Yeah, it really came out of frustration. I realized that a lot of companies start out of usually one of 3 ways: out of a passion. Hey, I'm passionate about this, an artist, a football player, different things like that. Or they want to answer a question that is not even being asked. Like, how can I take that phone off the wall and put it in my pocket? That's basically, and that's how we get cell phones.
Right.
And so but mine really came out of frustration. I was frustrated with seeing, because I worked with students for about 10 years before I even started this business. I was frustrated with students graduating high school, not realizing what they want to do. And so how do I help? What can I do to help? I was frustrated when students graduate college and they're not being able to find an opportunity or an internship. And so that's really just came out of frustration.
Wow. And then, of course, the entire dynamic changed. We were talking a little bit about the desire from the work from home business. And, it's an interesting thing to watch as evolution, right? So by trade, I do the financial services stuff. And before COVID, I would say in Jacksonville, because I have clients all over the country, but in Jacksonville, it was like 80% in person, 20% virtual, and it was like a thing if you wanted to do a Zoom meeting. It's like, hey, you want to do a Zoom? And people are like, well, what's that? Now it's like a third of the people want to do in person, and a third of the people, I have a client of mine, literally, it would take me longer to get down the elevator than it would to walk to the building. And I mean, I could shoot a golf ball at them, right? And if I could shoot a golf ball straight, but they would rather do Zoom. And so what's happened is that, to your point of the balance of life, it's like my laptop goes anywhere, my webcam is in my bag, I can work from anywhere I want, and that's a new set of skills.
It is,
and people coming out of COVID, especially the ones that you're talking about, they may not have the requisite social skills in person, which is a thing, but then how do they adapt to the new environment? Oh, and by the way, the largest population of the workforce in the history of the workforce, the United States of America, is retiring at 10,000 people a day for the next 5 years. And oh, by the way, that's your job, but you need to get to the skill bridge to get there.
Correct.
And that's what you do.
Yes, correct.
That is amazing. I mean, what a cool idea and a great service that you're providing. How do people connect with you?
So they can go on Blueprint30.com. We're excited to be able to launch in August here in Jacksonville. So in Jacksonville, we're going to be onboarding thousands of high school students and then also hundreds of college students, along with the alumni that are looking for a career switch. So they can always reach out to Blueprint30.com. They can email me at Daniel@Blueprint30.com. They can also, speaking of golf, you can actually take me off on the golf course. That'd be great. That's the only reason I started this business, because I wanted to go golf every day. Not really turning out that way.
I'm left-handed. I'm terrible at it.
Same.
But I do understand that there's a ball. There's a hole. And there's a drink cart.
There is.
And a club.
There is.
And whatever you hit the club with is dependable, right? It could be a tree, it could be the ball. Please don't hit the drink cart person, because that might get you kicked off. So Blueprint30.com. What we'll do is we'll make sure to hang on iwannabuzz.com a link to the site.
I love that.
Thanks for coming in, man. I'd love to have you back in. And what's next? World domination?
Definitely.
Right? Daniel Incorporated instead of the Terminator. So thanks for joining us, man. It was a really cool interview. Guys, thanks for joining us today on the Jacksonville Buzz. If you like us, share us. Remember, live with gratitude.